Hey everybody, I'm coming at you from the office today to kind of talk about public art and demystify and explain sort of what I do at least. First off, this is not the only way that public art works, this is the way that I use it. My full time job is a professor, and for me, this is a side business, but I've been doing it for about 13, 14 years now. I've been doing pretty well with it as a side business. And there's really just a few different ways that I can generate revenue with this. And I do public sculpture, so it's usually metal fabrication that I'm doing with this. But that's not the only way to do this. There's people that strictly are doing commissions, people that are doing site specific installations, there are people doing murals. There's a lot of different ways. But I'm talking about the specific way that I make money as an artist. Essentially, there's three different ways that work for me. And the first one is a commission. And a commission is something that is paid for by a business, a private person, some sort of an institution, and that's a site specific installation. So they've got something that they want to commemorate, an idea they want to communicate, something they want to show off with their business, but they're usually coming to me with an idea or putting an idea out that I apply for, and I'm interpreting that and giving them a proposal. If they accept mine, I usually break this into a 30-30-40 payment system, which I ask for 30% of the money up front. That gets me started on a project and gets me going. When I get almost halfway into process, I send them progress of where I'm at to ask for the additional 30 to complete the project. And then I don't ask for the last 40% of my projects until I'm installed and they're happy with the final product. But these are a one-time install, and it's something that is actually owned by the client after this. I fully transfer ownership, and this becomes their art, not my art at that point. A second option, and the most common thing that I tend to do, is to rent public art out and go after honorariums. Now, the way this works is that there are exhibitions in cities, sometimes through specific colleges or different institutions, but they put out a call for artists and it's basically a competition. A lot of us submit artwork to these. There's a jurying process that goes through it, and if we happen to be selected, they're essentially renting our artwork for a 1 to 2 year period and taking over the insurance responsibilities for the artwork in that time. Now, me as an artist, I have to deliver it to them. I install it at that moment. It's covered in their insurance for a while, and at the end, it's my responsibility to come pick it up, deinstall it, clear the bolts off the pad, and then I have to try to find a new home for that. So I'm going to be applying for new shows with the same piece the next year. This is the most common thing that I do. I've done about a little under 100 of these at this point. I tried to do about 8 to 10 of these a year for quite a while, but now I'm trying to aim at about 5 or 6 of these because I travel a fairly large radius. I live in eastern North Carolina, but right now there's pieces in North Carolina, South Carolina, Knoxville. But it becomes a lot of travel, and for me, as just a side business to kind of keep my shop going and to be able to afford a few things I like to do with my family, getting about 7 to 8 projects a year is enough to rationalize what I do. The last category for me is the sale. There can be an independent sale where somebody just sees a sculpture at a site and purchases it out of there. But the previous category, the honorarium, that's where most of my sales have come from. That can be the site that it's at, the city likes it in the place, so they're going to take ownership for the sculpture from there. That can be a customer seeing the piece and having it purchased directly from that area. But that's the typical way that I sell art. I have also worked through a gallery. Currently, I don't. The main reason I choose to not work with a gallery is because the average 50% commission. I'm typically not selling pieces at a high enough price point that I can rationalize losing 50% of the funds on that after I've invested in the materials and the time that's gone in there. I'm not saying I won't work with galleries in the future, but I tend to work on focusing on the honorarium scale, occasionally getting sales out of there, meeting customers that way, and also letting that generate some commissions. I know that's kind of a lot of information, but I hope it kind of helps you understand what the difference between a commission, an honorarium, and a sale for a visual artist is. Like I said, I've been doing this for about 12, 14 years. It's something that I love to do. It's a side business thing that I'm going to keep pursuing. And I'll post more videos like this if you're interested in public art or current projects. But drop a comment and let me know if you're interested in the art or if I should just stick to the fishing stuff and making lures and seeing how those work out. But happy to talk to you and kind of explain this. This just feels like a topic that I've had to speak about quite a bit with people in the past, and I was just talking at my kids' school last semester about this as well. But I hope that helps a little bit. Please subscribe and like, and I appreciate your time. Have a good one.